Hello, and welcome to episode 2 of Random Musings. One of the reasons that I wanted to come on this morning was because it really helps to verbalize things that are going on in your life because it's energy that just keeps building and building and building until it explodes like a volcano. And oftentimes, if you just speak the things out loud, it can turn your day around. And before I had a lot of friends that I could leave voice notes to about things of this nature, I would voice note myself. It's called self-talk therapy. And then I would listen to them back because it helps you see yourself from an objective space, from a non-reactionary or non-emotional place, and it can be very beneficial. So highly recommend that. And I wanted to start doing these because you never know when something will help someone else. This morning I woke up, I had a nightmare-ish kind of thing going on, jolted out of bed, realized that it was time to get up to get my son ready for school. And so I already started off with anxiety because of the nightmare. And then I was trying to get him up, and that was a little bit of a hassle, so there was more anxiety there. I went to go put my makeup on. Typically, I listen to music or a podcast, and I was on YouTube looking for something. I got overstimulated. I was like, you know what? It's probably good if we just do our makeup in the silence and let our central nervous system chill out. Because I tried to listen to one momentarily. I was like, nope, but we're not doing that today. And so I finished getting my son ready for school, put my makeup on, take my dogs out, making breakfast. Left the house. Before I left the house, I said, you know what? I have several things that I am going to be working on today, recording content, I'm meeting with 2 clients. Then I have another type of session I'm doing, and I said, you know what? I am not going to be in the right mind space if I am dysregulated for the rest of the day. So I threw on workout clothes, and currently I'm headed to this lake that has all these cute ducks around it, and I'm going to go on an hour walk and listen to some high vibe music and regulate my central nervous system. If you are a energy healer or a channeler, we all know that when we have a lot of anxiety or dysregulation, it makes it a little bit more difficult to do those things. So I made the conscientious choice of let's go get that in check so that we can all have a better day and that people can have a better experience with me in those sessions. And so that I feel more calm and adjusted throughout the day. And I wanted to say that yesterday I was talking to a client, and they were mentioning how they are not good at meditating. And I asked what they were doing, and they said, you know, they were trying to sit in the silence. And I explained that when I first started meditating, it was very difficult for me because I had so many thoughts and emotions that had not been processed, and trauma and PTSD, and it really was very intense to sit with myself. Also, being a person that is neurodivergent, it is a little bit more difficult for us sometimes to do those things because we're very antsy and because we have 9 million thoughts every second. And I finally got into a place where I can meditate in the silence, and that's how I do certain sessions with people. I have to be able to clear my mind in order to tap into other people's energy fields, but it was not like that in the beginning. And so I said, why don't you do some active meditations? This is where you are keeping your body moving, and it's a lot easier to clear your thoughts. So that could look like dancing or coloring, cooking, doing laundry, cleaning your house, swimming, stretching, yoga. It's something that is keeping your body preoccupied, and it helps you get into the flow state. and lifts your vibration and frequency, especially if you're doing some type of movement with your body, because at the same time you are processing cortisol and adrenaline, the thing that is putting you in fight or flight and agitating your central nervous system. She expressed that she felt a little guilty about not doing some of the things that she did enjoy, like dancing and yoga. And I said, okay, well, sometimes we are classifying some things as better than others. I said, what's the difference between you going to Home Goods, which is like the furniture store, kind of like a TJ Maxx? Well, TJ Maxx is not a furniture store, but you know what I'm saying. So, what's the difference between you going to Home Goods and walking around for 20 minutes and dancing or doing yoga? Like, yes, maybe it's not as strenuous, but the whole point of meditating oftentimes is not to get rid of all your thoughts. With, yes, that is an added bonus, and sometimes you do need to get there, especially if you're doing energy healing things. But the main focus of meditation is to get you in the present moment and to help raise your vibration and frequency, help you see yourself and your life from an objective place, help you process things. It's difficult to do that when we're stressed out and anxious or catastrophizing. So anything that is going to kind of help you get into the flow state and make you feel better, that can be a form of meditation. And again, yes, sitting sounds great. That doesn't always work for everybody all the time. And so what I suggested was getting a notes app in your phone, and every time you do something that brings you joy or laughter or makes you feel very magical, gets you in the flow state or your creativity, write it in the notes app, because when we are in our saddies, it is very difficult to remember what fun is or what brings us joy. If we have a list of things in our phone that's very easily accessible, that have different ranges of energy output, it's going to make it a lot easier. It's going to set you up for more success. Sometimes I'm running very low on dopamine, or I'm tired. I do not have the energy to go on an hour walk or dance. There's a lot of things that I can do from my bed. Read a book, do my Spanish lessons on Duolingo. I can color. Those are all things that are very relaxing to me and that help me create forward movement in my life. But you have to, again, set yourself up for success with the understanding of, hey, we're going to be in different energies all the time. And that's okay. It's all right to not be going 24/7. If you have a list that is pre-made, however, you can feel more accomplished than those days where we kind of just lay in the bed and doom scroll on TikTok because our dopamine has ran out and we're exhausted, which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I do that every so often, but a lot of us want to be doing something that is, I don't even like to use the word productive, because productive could be very capitalistic. More so raises our vibration and frequency and makes us feel good. So putting a note app in your phone, also celebrating yourself when you're doing those things. I said celebrate yourself when you do the yoga and the dance, but then also celebrate yourself for doing those other activities that you had in your phone when you did them, instead of doing a maladaptive behavior or something that's perceivingly not good for you. Okay. So I am about to go head on my walk as my positive behavior. I wanted to come on and share a couple perspectives and some new tools and thoughts. So I love you so much. I hope you have an amazing day, and I will see you next time.